Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. Today we're thrifting in Salvation Army, so this is the same day as the last Salvation Army I posted. There's two stores that are really close together. Usually I combine them, but I felt like they were a little long to combine together, so I just split them into two. On this day in this store, it was extremely busy. There were so many people, so I had to keep starting and stopping filming to avoid, filming other people, or which is totally fine. I don't want to ruin anyone's experience, but I feel like there's a lot of starting and stopping in this, and that's why. When I was a kid, I used to have a really big button collection, and every time I see that one down there, I want to look through it all, but because I'm filming, I'm not going to film myself doing that, so I haven't looked through it yet. I noticed they had a bunch of pins as well. I don't think I've ever really seen anything like this. I'm assuming it's decor, but it was like rice, and then it looked like maybe lentils, like sandwiched in between two pieces of glass. It's very interesting. I thought I really liked this little container, but I felt like I didn't really have anywhere for it, so I left it for someone else. And then I didn't notice them at first, but then afterwards I noticed this little set of drums. I'm sure they have a specific name, but I thought this was interesting. I love these shades. They remind me of my childhood, but unfortunately none of the lights in our house can take them except for one, and I already bought one for that one. But I loved these so much. I was so tempted to get them. Oh, I just love them so much. I did see this lampshade, which was it's the same kind of style shade that goes on these lamps we have, which I've had a hard time finding, so I did end up getting this because I thought I might never see it again, but the shade itself looked brand new, so that's pretty cool. I've been seeing so many pretty lamps lately. I don't really have a use for them. Like, I feel like I have all the lamps I would need. And then I saw this popsicle stick lamp, which really unlocked a memory for me. I noticed that all of the lamps and stuff were 50% off. So I feel like these shades are in like every house built in the 2000s. We have some in our house as well, even though our house is from the 50s. They must have been just really cheap to use, because I feel like every apartment I've lived in has had them, and I hate them for that reason. I think I just had them so much. They do have lots of older lighting things here. I actually think that Salvation Army might be one of the better places to find like old lamp and lighting things, and they're usually priced pretty good. Sometimes I think about buying stuff for when we renovate, but I don't know. That will be a long time from now, and I just don't know. But then I saw this one down here, and again, I was thinking, should I just buy this and like maybe keep it, and then when we renovate later, maybe I'll be able to use it. But it's so hard to know that so far in advance, so I just have to hope that I'll be able to find things I need later. But I'm carrying around the black one with me until I find John, so because he had a basket. I've been seeing a lot of unicorn stuff lately, and it always reminds me of the 80s. Lately, I've been wanting to start a CD collection, and I keep meaning to look through them, but I'm always filming when I'm thrifting usually, so I never take the time to do it. But sometime soon, I think I should start. I was tempted to buy this for my geese collection for our future cottage, but I did end up leaving it there. I figured if I really did want it, it would probably still be there because I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people out there looking to buy all that kind of stuff. And they were using it as well for their the spoons, so I did end up leaving that there. In Canada, you can buy milk in bags, and the bags slip inside these containers, and then you just cut the corner. That's how you pour it out. People are always fascinated by that. I'm pretty sure they still sell it in bags. I don't know because I don't buy dairy, but when I was a kid, I remember you can buy it in cartons too, but I don't really remember cartons that much when I was a kid. I just remember the bags, and the milkman would deliver them to your door. I grew up in a really small town, so that's probably why they were still delivering the milk in the 80s, but it was very sweet. Actually, like right up until like in the 90s, my grandma was still getting her milk delivered. I remember that. So, I don't know. So this is actually my first time seeing one of these in a thrift store, but I'm sure it won't be my last. It looks like it's just a knockoff version, but I'm still counting it as seeing a Stanley in the thrift store because I feel like in the next 5 years or so, you're probably not going to be able to go into a thrift store without seeing one or a knockoff one because people are apparently obsessed. I love these. I wish that the Corelle dishes still came with those style mugs. Instead, they come with these stoneware kind, which are also nice, but I love the other kind. But I guess they're really difficult to make, and I think that's why they switched over. But I love them. I think this is the same store that I just found my Spice of Life roaster in, and I thought it was interesting that I saw another one right after that. I've actually been seeing a lot of blue cornflower lately, like in this video too. I think I showed a few pieces. I don't know why I'm seeing so much of it lately. I think these must have just been really popular where I live because I think I've mentioned a bunch of times before, but I see one basically every time I go to the thrift store, and I feel like I show one in pretty much every Thrift With Me video. These are actually the plates that go with the cups I was referencing earlier. I've noticed, I think I mentioned it in the last video, that a lot of their dishes, they're just selling individually priced now, which I think is an interesting choice. I would think it would be easier to move them if they were all priced as like lots, but I don't know. This is like a couple of times I've noticed it now. This ended up just being the Tupperware cake carrier, but I was thinking for some reason that it was, I don't know if anyone remembers, but they used to have something that looked very similar to this that was for deviled eggs. So for some reason I was thinking that's what it was. So that's why I wanted to look at it, because I don't know, I randomly thought about that recently and I was like, wow, I don't think I've seen one of those in a long time. These are, I talk about this all the time, but my mom used to sell Tupperware, so we had a lot of it. But those are the spice jars that we had in that blue color. She like changed everything to like the blue color in the 90s from the kind of 70s and 80s colors we had before. I always find that Salvation Army is the best place I can find vintage linens and sheets and things, but so I always look, but I haven't really seen much lately. I feel like it's been a while actually since I bought anything, but I used to see it so much and I didn't buy it all the time because I don't know, I felt like I just didn't need it, but I'm kind of feeling regretful because I probably could have got a lot of really great stuff like 4 or 5 years ago. I don't feel like they had a ton of kind of interesting furniture on this particular day, but then I did notice the stereo with like 2 cassettes and then a CD, and I was very tempted to get this. Like I just mentioned about wanting to start a CD collection again. So yeah, I don't know. I didn't end up getting it, but I was thinking about it. I was like, should I? But I didn't end up. But I do really want to start a CD collection. I usually listen to just to Spotify a lot, but I don't know. I was thinking like if, like, I don't know. It's just different having like physical media. I just like it. I don't think I've ever seen one of these before, but this reminded me. My very first job when I was 15 was delivering newspapers, and they would just come to your house in like a big stack, and I would have to open them up and like fold them over. I think I would fold them twice and then put a rubber band around it. And if it was like bad weather, like in the winter, I'd have to put them in like bags. It just unlocked that memory for me. And yeah, it used to be where I grew up, it was like freezing cold. And yeah, it just brought back all the memories of being outside at like 6 o'clock in the morning delivering newspapers in the freezing cold. Like, because really it didn't matter, like even snowstorms and stuff, you'd have to do it. So fun. So even though I'm trying not to buy any more cookbooks because I have so many already, I always feel like I should look just in case. I don't know why. I guess maybe there might be something incredible. Like in my last video, I bought a cookbook, so I just decided to take a look. I didn't see anything that I felt was worthy of getting, but it's always nice to look, I guess. I do keep a list on my phone of like the few Better Homes and Gardens books that I don't have that I would like to have. So anyway, it was so busy the whole time, but then I stopped and looked at the cookbooks, and when I turned around, obviously I was done filming, I realized the whole place was empty after I had finished filming, which I thought was funny. So I got these 2 glasses. Mugs. I got these to resell. I have quite a few just like it, so I thought maybe I might put them together in a lot and sell them. And then I did also pick up these Corelle Woodland cream and sugar. I just felt like I don't really see these very often, and maybe I would get them to resell. Maybe somebody out there is looking for them. I probably didn't make quite as many as these as the dishes or whatever, so somebody might be looking for these to complete their set. So probably sell them for, I don't know, like $8 or $10. And I did get the lampshade, of course. to go onto a lamp that I'm now like hoping that I didn't donate. I might have just put it in storage and that's why I can't find it. I searched for one of these lampshades for a long time and I wasn't finding one, so it is possible that I just donated the lamp, which I'm really hoping is not the case, but it's possible. And then at this Salvation Army, they have their VHS are, they used to be 10 for $1, but now I've noticed they're 8 for $1. So I found a couple that I wanted to get, so then we just picked some other ones that we knew we didn't have or movies we have never seen before to just complete the $1. Because I think they charge 50 cents if you don't get 8. I don't know. That's probably a way for them to just move them, but we ended up finding a few that looked interesting, and then there was a couple there that I wanted. So that is everything for today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you again soon with another Vlogtober video, but I have also filmed just yesterday a couple more Thrift With Me videos, so I'm trying to film a bunch before it gets too busy like in December. But anyway, thank you so much for watching and I'll see you again soon.